There it is. Okay. Okay. There's an extreme delay here. And there it is. Okay. So I'm going to take this off so that I don't see myself. Okay, I'm going to go over onto my Facebook on my phone, and I just want someone to tell me if they can see me and hear me. If you can see me and hear me, put in a thumbs up or something. I've never done a Zoom into Facebook Live. I'm just giving it a go right now. I want to know if you can see me and hear me. And if you can, let me know. So I'll just wait a minute because I think there's a delay between Zoom and Facebook. So, oh, I don't need to see myself on the phone. No. Okay. Regardless, I'm going to go ahead. So this is technology, and this is a really great real life experiment in figuring out Zoom to Facebook Live. I've never done it. I don't know really how to do it, but the only way to know how to do it is to try it and to figure it out and to fail and to get better and to know what to do the next time and whatever. So get lit with coaching. Welcome to my first ever Zoom into Facebook Live to give you a little bit of update on where we are with this group right now and what our expectations are of you and what your expectations should be, since you've raised your hand and said you want to be part of this group. So it's very exciting. So here's what we've got going today. Number one, you have downloaded week 1 of the course book, and you have then printed it off. Now there's some work in this week 1. We're asking you to do some deep thinking. We're asking you what has held you back in the past from reaching Diamond, because let's face it, it's just 12 coaches, right? So if there has been nothing that's been holding you back, then you would be Diamond by now. So you're not. So we want to really kind of dig into, without making it too heavy, without making it this big, ginormous, heavy situation. We just want to dig into a little bit what maybe has been holding you back from reaching Diamond at this point, because there is no shortage of training in your Coach Online office. There is no shortage of training in our team page. There's no shortage of training on YouTube. There's no shortage of training on the internet. There's zero shortage of training. You can find the information that you need, but something somewhere has been holding you back. And until you truly, truly understand and embrace that you are the key to unlocking your potential, you can do all the training in the world and it's not going to matter. So let's talk about some of the resources that you have in this group, expectations, and where we are. So today we are starting, or you may have already started, this book. Everything is Figure Outable. So it looks like, oh my gosh, this is going to be such a book. This book is such a quick read. I finished the audio in like 2 days. It's such a quick read and it's so good. Our expectation is that you're reading a chapter every couple days. So chapter 1, I don't even know if it's 10 pages. Dude, really? Like, you can do that. You can find time for that. So our expectation is that you're reading about a chapter every couple days. So today is Monday. That means tomorrow you're going to see a chapter 1 check-in. We're going to ask for your takeaways. We're going to ask for what you are expecting from this book and what you may have learned from the book already, just like we did with the Slide Edge. So about a chapter every 2 days, you will see check-in posts. We need to see you checking in and engaging with those posts. Make no mistake, you raised your hand and wanted to be in this group. It's it's no different than when someone steps into my fitness class, or Jesse walking into a Soul Cycle class, or whatever the decision that you made, whatever it is in your life to do. Sean T often talks about he is lactose intolerant. And sometimes he'll be like, I'm just eating some cheese. Okay, well, he knows what's going to happen on the other side of him eating that cheese. And he just made the decision to eat the cheese. So you have made the decision to be in this group because you are saying you will be diamond on October 3rd. And y'all, right now, right this second, we have one half of September left. And then we are in the last 90 days of 2019. That's it, the last 90 days. This team has a lot of work to do if we want to make history. And I know you do, and I know you want to be a part of it. And it starts with the very simple decision that you made to want to be in this group, because you know you need the accountability, you know you need the inspiration, you want the structure, and you want the guidance, but you're also saying that you are worth being a diamond level coach. Your team is worth being a diamond level team. And I say that at the same time I'm telling you it's not that extra and weighty. I think there is a sweet space that comes with a little bit of experience, and some of you have been in the business for a while, and some of you have been in the business for a while and are not yet diamonds. And I think you can find that sweet space if you give yourself permission to find it. And that sweet space is somewhere in between understanding that what we do matters so much. Like, we can literally change lives every single day. And that's amazing and kind of weighty and kind of big. And at the same time over here, we're just looking for 3 people every month to bring them into our tribe and help them get some results, help them feel good, help them feel better. There's somewhere right here in the middle between really understanding the big picture that what we do matters, and at the same time, let's not get all extra about it. You know what I'm saying? So there's like this sweet space right in here. And that's really where I want you to live. I want you to live knowing that we are on a mission. We have 90 days plus 15, whatever that is, 105. I was an English major. We have that many days to get this team to make history in all of Team Beachbody. That's a big freaking deal. And at the same time, we're looking for 3 people a month to help them change their lives. We're looking for 12 people to join our team, not 1,200 and not 12,000. So we need to find this sweet space in between understanding the power and the potential that we have and also not making it so extra. Yeah? All right. So we're starting with the simple decision of reading this book because everything is figure outable. We want to get to diamond by October 3rd. Guess what? That's figure outable. And Marie Forleo is going to tell us how to do it. I finished this book already. On audio, I'm going back to read the hard copy because I just really like her. I like her no BS attitude. I love her podcast. I just love how she just says it out. She talks a lot about her relationship with her significant other. I think his name is Josh, and how she manages her team and how she really prioritizes her relationships and how she leads her team, develops her team, and the work that she's putting out and all that. At the same time, she's a very New Jersey, New York, East Coast, like no BS attitude about it. And I love that. And these 3 words, I think, can guide everything we do in our life. Everything is figure outable. Everything is figure outable. I really believe that. And when I think about my own business, I certainly did not know what the heck I was doing when I became a coach 11 years ago, but somehow, some way, I've just figured it out. If I can, you can. And so we're looking for 3 people every month to connect them with our products and programs at work. We're looking for 12 people to get on board so that we can achieve diamond, which you've said you want to do by October 3rd. And when you do that, you get to be in the room at our diamond leadership event on October 6th, which I guarantee you will be worth it. You get to be in that room where people have elevated conversation. You get to be in that room where we don't have to talk about the importance of Success Club. We already know that. You get to be in that room where people have big goals and big dreams, and you get to be inspired to have big goals and big dreams yourself. And you get to know that you are helping a team, your team, this team that has invested in you. You are helping this team make history. You get to own that and step into that. That's a big freaking deal. And at the same time, we're just looking for 12 people. We're just looking for 12. Just looking for 12. Not 1,200 and not 12,000. So I need you to find the sweet space between understanding that we get to make history and also, okay, there's a sweet space right in there. And Marie Forleo, everything is figure outable, is going to help us do that. So we need a chapter about every 2 days. We need to see you commenting on those chapter check-ins. If you're not commenting on the chapter check-ins, think of your children. If you have children in school and your children in school are not turning in their homework, what is the teacher going to assume? That they're not doing it. And would you as a parent allow that? Heck no, you wouldn't allow that. You'd say, let's go, get your booty in gear. We gotta get this homework done. So if you're not checking in on these chapter check-ins for this book, what are we going to assume? That you're not doing your homework. If your child is not doing their homework, what does your teacher and you eventually may assume? That they just don't care about school, that they just don't care. And that might not be the case at all, but that's the perception, right? So if we don't see you checking in and engaging and cheering each other on and sharing your takeaways, we assume you don't care and you don't want to be part of this team making history. Okay, then what would you be doing in this group, you know? So I need you to understand that the work you're doing is just like the work that your children are doing in school. It's homework, it's accountability, it's the best way to learn, it's practice, it's repetition, it's learning so that you can teach your coaches too. And if you're not doing it, it looks like you don't care. Just like it would look like to your teacher if your child wasn't doing their work. If your child's talking to their neighbor and playing with their crafty stuff when they're not supposed to, or dinking around, or whatever kids do, you know, they all do it. Mine did, I'm sure yours do. It appears that they don't care. And that might not be the case, but perception can be reality. So get on board with this and be checking in and knowing that we see when you don't, and that to us says, well, I just don't care about being a part of making history on this team. I don't care about being at the Diamond event. I just don't care. And that might not be the case, but that's what it's going to seem like. So we need you to stay engaged. It's also saying to your teammates who are in this group too that you don't care. And again, that might not be the case, but friends, we need everybody on board here because we are stronger together. And if people are not on board, if people are just kind of doing their own thing, we can't move forward together to make history as a team. We need everybody moving together, cheering each other on, staying accountable so that we can find those 12 coaches and make history. That's what we need. So you've got your book. You've got your course book. You're downloading and printing week 1. You know we're going to ask you to fill stuff out and post it in your albums. You know that. Remember, you raised your hand, said you wanted to do this. You know that we're going to ask you to download and print it out so that you can put it in your albums. We're going to ask you to fill out some of that stuff and put it in your albums. And again, if you're not doing that, it's the same thing as your child not doing their homework. And you as a parent would never allow that. You would never allow that. You would never let your kids say, I just don't feel like doing my homework tonight. I just don't feel like it. That would never be acceptable to you. Don't let it be acceptable for you either. If it's not acceptable to you as a parent, don't let it be acceptable for you, Be as accountable as you want your own children to be. Be as driven as you want your own children to be. And I think I shared this earlier, but I'm going to share it again. I'm doing some auditions to teach a cycle class. And another coach on our team is also doing auditions to teach us this cycle class too, which is super cool. And she was talking about how the audition process made her very nervous. She had auditioned for something and auditioned for something back in the day and didn't make it when she was a kid. And she just lives with this sort of audition-y kind of trauma. And when we were talking about it, I said, well, what would you say to your children if they came home and said, I would like to audition for something, but I'm nervous about it? What would you say to your children? And she said, well, this is what I said, XYZ, da-da-da. And I said, okay, now turn around and say that to yourself. Because why would we say something to our children that would be different than what we would say to ourselves, right? Right. Okay, so we are this week focusing on week 1 of the course book. We're downloading it, printing it, and we are doing the work in it. At the same time, we are reading, we're paying attention to those check-in posts, and we are inviting. Do not worry about running your own challenge group
There are team challenge groups that you can plug into. Do not worry about making pretty graphics. It's not your job right now. Do not worry about team newsletters and team names and customer. No, not your job right now. Your job is to do the work to figure out why you haven't achieved diamond yet so that we can move forward from that. Your job is to read and embrace the philosophy that everything is. And your job is to invite like that's your job. Invite like a boss. Because if you're not inviting like a boss to join your team, you can't find the 12 coaches to join your team. So to join your team. I don't know what is going on with my microphone. I hope you guys can. I don't know why it keeps wanting to like hop over to my headphones, and why that is. So hopefully you can hear me. But those are your jobs. You've got your course book, you've got your reading, and you've got inviting. And that's what you're doing this week. And we're using this group as a cheering on, an inspiration, a lifting up, and an accountability group. Y'all, we can do this. Every single one of you can be diamond on October 3rd. All you have to do is make the decision and then align your activities accordingly, because work works. I know that for a fact, and so do you. You've experienced it in other places in your life. Work works. Make the decision. You will be diamond on October 3rd and align every activity around that. That means you have to be inviting people to join your team, which means you have to be showing them how freaking cool it is to be part of this team. Show them, tell them, talk about it on Instagram stories. Invite them, and let's get sparkly celebrations going on October 3rd. Any questions? Let me know. I hope this whole Zoom thing worked, but it's part of the business. You try, you fail, you try, you fail, you try, you fail, you get better. All right. So a lesson in living time right now. We'll see if it worked. But any questions, let me know. And let's just dig in this week, and let's make this week super amazing.